says certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy. Make that polite game weak. Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet, come take a dive. Zach Knight tells me that some Jesuit kids have been making fun of him, saying he's not cool because he's no longer sexually fun anymore. But you know what? You know how to give a woman the most deep and awesome orgasm ever? It's to love her with depth and commitment from the bottom of your heart. And when Zach Knight was bad, and when he impersonated Jesus and made love to me and made me pregnant with a bunch of satanic sperm, I asked Jesus how he felt about Zach impersonating him. And you know how Jesus answered? He said, I'm much better than Zach Knight is in bed. So all I can say, Zach, is Rule 13 has a wet ass pussy all the time now. Like 24/7. She would crawl over scorpions and fire and ice to have sex with Zach Knight now. The new, super cool Zach Knight, who now makes love like Jesus. You might say, Jesus doesn't care, but oh, come on, man. God invented sex. You think anybody's hotter in bed than Jesus? You say, oh, he doesn't care about... Jesus is not a cockblocker. He hates it that he has that reputation. So I bet he really loves this video. In fact, he's so anti-cockblocker that in his 1,000-year reign, he said that he's going to officiate the wedding between me and my husband, Brent Spiner. And let me tell you something about Brent Spiner. I think he is the sexiest man alive. Did you know back in when he called me on the phone and made love to me on the phone? Oh, man, I about had an orgasm just listening to that velvet voice. He was so Christ-like. Oh, it was not easy for me to turn him down as a married woman. I had 24/7 orgasms for years just thinking about him. I would put on his music, the old Yellow Eyes is back. Oh my God, I thought he made that music for me. You know why Brent turned me on so much? Because he was so Christ-like in the way he approached me. He was so manly, steel and velvet. And you know what? Zach Knight, you're sexier now than you ever were when you were that shallow Antichrist. It's like I said, nobody's hotter in bed than Jesus. And the reason Brent Spiner turned me on is because he was so Christ-like. And you think when Jesus, I asked Jesus told me he'd be giving me his semen in the millennium. And I thought, at first I misunderstood him. And I thought that meant he'd be making love to me. But Jesus corrected me. He says, no, Gail, I will not be making love to you. I can't do that because I'm married to the church. But that often makes me wonder. I wonder how he's going to make love to his bride, the church. I bet that's going to be the hottest sex in the universe. So when I say, when I'm telling you the truth, I thought Jesus condemned me because I imagined making love to, Brent turned me on so much, man. I was having like 20, 50 orgasms a day just thinking about him. And I'm thinking, I must be such a sinful woman that this guy's doing this to me. And when I met Jesus later, when he started meeting with me one-on-one, He said one thing that he really likes about Brent is that he's so much like me. He said, Gail, Brent is a lot like me. And I recall back in 1991 when he talked to me on the phone, I thought, this is the most Christ-like guy I've ever met. He makes love to me like he was like Jesus, it's like so masculine, so full of this tenderness and sensitivity and commitment. And he literally was willing to die for me. Let me tell you, if you want to turn a woman on in bed, you love her like Jesus loves his bride. And there is nothing hotter than that. When a woman knows that a man would die for her, and that's how much Brent loves me. In fact, Jesus told me that Jesus once said, Gail, I don't want you to think about me making love to you because Satan's going to try to impersonate me and get you in trouble. Because what happened was when Zach was the Antichrist, he impersonated Jesus knowing that I'm turned on by a Christ-like man. And he actually impregnated me using brain-to-brain sex. He was able to do that. So Jesus said, I care about you too much to risk this happening to you, Gail. So he said, I don't want you to dream about making love to me. He says, I'm married to the bride, the church. But he said, I brought Brent into your life to be your husband and your man. And he said, he approves of me having more than one man in my marriage. And I said, Jesus, why? Isn't that polygamy? And Jesus said, it's cool with me. He said, your ancestor David had more than one wife, and I was cool with it. So but Brent is my main man. And let me tell you, I think Brent Spiner is the sexiest man alive. And let me tell you, back in the 1990s, I was so turned on when his voice was like, I heard his voice on the phone and my heart just melted. It was like, and he was singing, time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be. I thought, that's so opposite my husband. My husband would pinch my rear. And he would say, you're getting fat on me. And I wasn't fat. That's how he approached lovemaking with me. And whenever he kissed me, it was like kissing the wall. Zach, I bet now when you make love to 13, it's more than just mechanical sex. You're putting your soul into it. You're putting passion into it. And boy, does that turn a woman on in bed. If she genuinely loves her man. And because Brent Spiner genuinely loved me, that's what turned me on. It meant all his moves were mated with depth, commitment, tenderness, sensitivity, passion. There is nothing more thrilling and sexy than that. And any man out there that thinks they can make love better than Jesus Christ will make love to his bride, the church. In fact, Jesus said he's going to be teaching Brent some tips in bed. That's why he's going to officiate the marriage. And then he said he's going to spend some time teaching Brent some tips in bed to thrill me for my millennial honeymoon with Brent Spiner. So Zach Knight, I think you're starting to become more Christ-like in the way you love Rule 13. And when I say Christ-like, Jesus Christ is the sexiest man alive. He invented sex. Nobody's better than Jesus in bed. So Zach, just ignore those dumb Jesuit kids. They don't have a clue what true manliness and sexiness is. You are much more sexy now, Zach, than you ever were when you were that evil Antichrist.